If you do the crime, do the time. These little bugs are attempting to sweep away their guilt as they serve time cleaning up Singapore. In the US, people caught stealing from stores are named and shamed. But why use shame as punishment? How effective a lesson is it to shame someone in public? I spoke to psychologist Geraldine Tan and found out that in some cases, shame may not be a good enough punishment. Talking about shame in general terms first. Can you help us sort of explain the feeling of shame?
Shame is actually an intrinsic feeling that you feel within yourself that you know you should not do something again. So there's like a little bit of regret, a little bit of guilt feeling. So it comes from within.
I mean, historically, public shaming has been used as like a form of punishment, right? I mean, taken to the extreme where people are executed, it used to be executed in front of everyone. But progressively, this sort of public shaming, sort of public display of punishment, it's taken as like inhumane, violation of human rights. So, like, well, in Singapore, we sort of still have it in a very mild case in terms of, like, say, corrective work order, or not just in Singapore. Actually, I think Boy George had to clean the streets before also. You know,
America they have.
So how does that fit into like our present day society? And
well, we think that it would help, right? But sometimes when you do something wrong, you actually want a bad you want attention, whether it's bad attention or not, or good attention. Well, good attention would be like your singers, your theatre people, right? But if they had already done something wrong and you want to shame them, you are just fueling that exhibitionist behavior, and that's why it usually doesn't work.
But what about CWOs?
They say, oh, it's so paiseh, you know, it's so embarrassing, I don't want my friends to see. But then they get that attention where people start to look at them. And I think in the past, when I was counselling youth, juvenile delinquents, they were like, yeah, I just do it, you know, it's okay, yeah, do, you know, and they do it as a matter of fact, and they don't have any sort of feeling that, oh, it's very shameful. They would say it as a politically correct statement, but they don't really feel it. Personally, I don't think public shaming is the way to go, right? Unless you're talking about they feel it themselves and they don't want people to know, then public shaming would work. But for people who really don't give a damn about anything, right? About, you know, displaying all this behavior, rebellious behavior, deviant behavior, public shaming, no, they really don't care.
But then, you know, in Singapore, people tend to think that Singaporeans are a bit more thin-skinned, I think, or maybe the Asian culture, they don't want to lose face, right? And shame it's associated with losing face.
It's just changing. The younger generation are thicker skin, and they are more liberal, as I said before. Yeah, a little bit more liberal already. So a lot of things that we used to think that should not be done in public in the past, they think that it's okay.
And in our next segment, Razor TV conducts its own social experiment to see how people react to someone punished for stealing money from her own mother.